So in this video, I want to talk about if it's best for both new and old players to be able to play your meta, your own personal meta, or the actual meta. And I feel like the answer is kind of obvious, right? You always want to play the meta stuff. You're always going to benefit the most from being able to play what's meta. But in terms of your own actual meta, what I even mean by that is champions that you probably never have to worry about them being picked or taken away or banned, that you can always carry on no matter what. Like, it's at the point where you can maybe even first pick them blue side all the time, and you know you're still going to do well on that champion, whether it's because you know all the matchups, you've just played hundreds and hundreds of games on them, things like that. And the reason I say both new and old players is because with new players, you see it all the time where I'm coming from X game, or I'm transitioning from this style of game to a MOBA, or this is my first MOBA ever. What kind of champion should I play? And personally, the answer I gave is play those free-to-play champions from levels 1 through 6, and then find out if you like the melee champions like Garen, the mages like Ryze, the marksmen like, Ashe and Jinx in them, and then go from there. But once you get past that, then what should you do? And for me personally, I say it's kind of good to always have a mix of both. If you can have some champions that you can always pull out and you can be like, I know they're not going to be banned, I know they're not going to be contested, and I can play them pretty well, and I'll always carry on them. The reason I think that's good is because in ranked or something, you're not necessarily, unless you're always in a pre-made, playing with people you know, and even if they're good players, you might not have the synergy you would, like pro teams have, to be able to make a certain, champion or certain style of play work. It's why in solo queue you maybe have not seen a lot of Juggermauls, because that takes a lot of team coordinated effort, and you might be playing with like 4 different strangers for the first and maybe last time, so you don't necessarily have the means to make that work. At the same time, it will probably always pay to play the meta stuff. There's probably a reason they're meta, if it's because they're overpowered, if it's because they just synergize well with, current items or champions, whatever it is, those champions are meta because they play the best in this meta. So unless you're like a one-trick pony or a main, you probably will always benefit being able to just learn whatever is meta, even if you struggle with it, because that's one of the major points that I make this video to begin with, is because it's always good to play the meta, but what if you just really can't play what is meta? What if it just really, you're struggling with it, you can't get it, you can't master it, etc. Should you just keep forcing it, or should you then go back to those your meta kind of picks that you could pick out and play? And that's where I'm on the fence about a little bit, because on one hand, I think if you want to get to be a better player, you try and make those meta stuff work. You keep practicing, do whatever you need to make that work. But at the same time, LP doesn't wait, for skill to catch up. So you just need to go and pick out those kind of, I can carry on a Master Yi or I can carry on a Jinx kind of picks, even if they're not actually meta or picked ever. So that's all this video from me. At this point, I kind of like to hear your opinions on either your experience, what do you think new or old players alike should be able to do in this particular case, etc., things like that. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, but that's all for this video from me. Life is full of a lot of kinks, so I don't know which video will be next. So until next time, take care from the Fire Good Eye, FS.